I threw my daughter out onto the streets, and now she has an addiction problem, and it's all my fault. Guys, today's story is a wild one. It's one of the craziest stories I've ever read, and it does have a sad undertone. That's a warning. Let's get into it. I'm sitting here at 3 a.m., staring at my phone, wondering if I've just made the biggest mistake of my life. I'm Owen, 45, a single dad. 3 days ago, I kicked out my 19-year-old daughter, Isabelle, right out of the home. Now she's God knows where, and I'm losing my marbles. So guys, it all started Friday. I was at O'Malley's with my buddy Marty, knocking back a few beers and playing pool like we do most Fridays. We were on our third game when this dude walked in. Turns out it's Derek from high school. Small world, right? So we're all catching up, talking about the glory days and the beers. They keep coming. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, we were pretty wasted by the time I sunk that 8-ball into the corner pocket and beat Marty for the third time. He's always been a sore loser, but what he said next, he slams his pool cue down and goes, "Whatever, man, at least my daughter isn't internet famous for the wrong reasons." The bar goes quiet, or maybe that was just in my head. I grabbed Marty by his shirt, shoved him against the wall, and said, "What the hell did you just say?" I growled. He tried to backpedal, but I wasn't having it. After a few minutes of me practically shaking him, he pulled out his phone. There she was, my little girl. Yeah, only she wasn't so little anymore, and she was going by some stupid stage name Bella Rose, or some crap like that. 2,387 followers, half naked. Photos, captioning, exclusive content and special package deals. I felt like I was going to be sick. I left Marty there and drove home. I know, I shouldn't have. I was drunk. But I wasn't thinking straight, and I burst through the front door and found Isabelle on the couch scrolling through her phone like, "Oh, nothing's wrong." "What the hell is this?" Showing Marty's phone in her face, and she went pale. Started crying, and she tried to tell me, "It's just for fun, Dad. Everyone does it these days." I lost it. I'm not proud of this, but I started ranting about how I didn't raise her to be like this, how she was throwing her life away, how her mother would be so ashamed. Yeah, low blow, I know. Her mom split when Izzy was 2. Isabelle was sobbing, trying to explain, but I couldn't hear it. I told her to get the hell out, pack her crap and leave and don't come back. She begged me to calm down to listen, but I was too far gone and a little drunk. After an hour of back and forth, she finally left. It's been 3 days. 3 days of silence. She's supposed to start college in 2 months. What if she doesn't go now? What if she's out there selling more than just photos? Jesus, what have I done? I keep replaying that night in my head. If I had not gone out, if I had not gotten drunk, if I had just talked to her instead of exploding, but I can't change it now. Every time I close my eyes, I see those images. My daughter posing like that? For strangers? For money? How long has this been going on? How did I not know? I want to call her, just to tell her to come on home, but then what? How do I even begin to address this? I mean, how do I look at her without seeing those images? Part of me is still angry, so disappointed. You know, I tried to raise her right without another help. Her mom wasn't here, so I taught her self-respect, morals. Where did I go wrong? Did she really need a mother figure for this to not happen? But a bigger part is terrified. See, she's out there alone. She's 19. No money, no place to go. What if something happens to her? What if she can't come back from this? I haven't slept. I can't eat. I've called in sick to work. I honestly can't focus on anything but this mess I've created. So I'm coming here to the internet strangers and say, what do I do? How do I fix it? Should I call her? What do I even say? How do I protect her without controlling her? How do I be a father to a daughter I don't even recognize anymore? I'm starting to grow desperate. I need advice. Similar experience as anything. I feel like I'm drowning and I don't know which way is up. I keep checking my phone, hoping for a message, a call, anything. It's radio silent, just like the house, just like the space where my daughter should be. What the hell do I do? What's up, guys? I want to tell you before we hop into the update, this is one of the most insane stories I've ever read. And just a little warning, it does get pretty sad and a little bit graphic. I'm going to read you the first update. It says, I kicked my daughter out. Well, now she's homeless and she's using drugs. I'm completely lost. I think it's Fet. Hey guys, remember me? The idiot father who threw his 19-year-old out because of some stupid Instagram pictures. Yeah, well, things just got really real. Like a nightmare. I found Isabelle. I wish I hadn't have. I'm in California, where the homeless situation is running rampant. It's beyond ducked. And now my baby girl is part of it. Yeah, I know, it's on me. I've been drowning in a sea of guilt and cheap whiskey for days. I've tried reaching out, I swear. I've left voicemail, emails, text messages, the works, radio silence. Then today happened and my world fell to pieces. It imploded. Isabelle, she's hooked on drugs. I believe it's Fets. Yeah, I can't even wrap my head around it. My smart, beautiful girl strung out on the streets. I keep thinking this is some sick joke, but oh no, this is reality right now. Yeah, so you guys remember that Instagram page that started this whole crap storm? It's gone. Proof. I only found out because I ran into Marty. Yeah, the idiot who spilled the beans at the 7-Eleven. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. Owen, hey man, I didn't want to bring this up. I saw Isabelle today. It's bad, man. He showed me a picture on his phone and I almost hurled right there in the Slurpee aisle. It didn't even look like her. Sunken eyes, dark circles, skin all pale and waxy like a zombie from those movies that she used to love. I bolted out of there, drove straight to where Marty said he saw her, spent hours combing the streets but nothing. It's like she vanished into thin air. I asked her every single homeless person in the area I saw, showed her pictures, but absolutely no dice. So at that point I had no option. I went to the police. I filed a missing persons report. You know what they said?
Oh, sorry, sir. She's over 18. Not much we can do, man.
Are you kidding me? My daughter's out there shooting poison into her veins and they're giving me the bureaucratic runaround? How the hell did we get here? A month ago, my biggest worry was her spending too much time on her phone. Now I'm wondering if she's even alive. I thought, Christ, I don't know what I thought. That she would crash with a friend, that she would come to her senses and we'd work it out. Then she would just show up at college in the fall like nothing happened. I'm such an idiot. I've been driving around for 12 hours straight. My eyes are burning, my back's killing me, but I can't stop. Every time I see a girl with long brown hair, my heart stops. But it never is her. The kicker? The picture I'm showing around is absolutely useless. I mean, she looks so different now. No one even recognizes her. It's like I'm searching for a stranger. I'm lost, I'm confused, I'm terrified. How do I find someone who doesn't want to be found? How did my straight-A baby girl end up in this hell? I keep replaying that night in my head, the look on her face when I told her to get out. The sound of the door slamming. If I could go back, I would do anything to take this all back. Every phone call, every text notification, I would jump like I've been shocked. Is it her? Is she okay? Is she alive? The silence is deafening. I can't sleep. I can't think straight. Listen, how do you save someone who might not want saving? I'm typing this from my vehicle at 3 a.m. I parked in some sketchy alley because I thought I saw her. It wasn't. It never is. I don't even know what I'm asking anymore. Advice, a miracle, a time machine. I just can't believe this is real. My daughter, my Izzy, the little girl who used to beg me to check for monsters under her bed, is now out there lost in a real-life nightmare, and I'm the one who pushed her into it.
How the hell did we end up here? What do I do now? Where do I even start?
Update number 2. My daughter came home, pregnant and addicted, and I'm barely holding it together. Hey everybody, it's been 5 months since my last post, and I didn't even think I would update again, but my inbox is just flooding with messages asking about Isabelle, so here it goes. She's home. My little girl is finally home. I wish I could say this was a happy ending, but the life is not a Hallmark movie. She showed up at my doorstep last night looking, gosh, I can barely describe it. A shell of who she used to be, skinny as a rail, hair matted, clothes hanging off her, but she was alive. She was here and she's pregnant. Yeah, let that sink in for a second. My 19-year-old daughter, who I kicked out over some stupid Instagram photos, is now pregnant and still battling a full-blown drug addiction. Life comes at you fast, huh? I didn't even hesitate. I bundled into the car and drove straight to a rehab clinic. The whole way there, she kept saying she wants to change, to stop using. Not for herself, but for the baby, Christ.
I never thought I'd be a grandpa like this.
She blames it all on me. Says if I had not kicked her out, she would have never even ended up using. And you know what? She's right. That part is killing me. It's on me. Apparently her old friend Darla got her to try a drug that first night just to take the edge off, she said. And boom, hooked ever since. She did not go into details about what she did to get her fixes, but the look in her eyes I can only imagine, and yes, it makes me sick to my stomach. So now we're here. My daughter, she's in rehab, pregnant, trying to kick a drug habit that I might as well have handed to her myself. I'm sitting in my living room, staring at the walls, wondering how the hell I got here. I keep thinking about that night I kicked her out. If I had just calmed down, just talked to her, would we be here? Would she be safe, happy, not carrying a child she's in no way ready for? Well, the rehab center seems good, professional, but I can't help but feeling like it's too little too late. Can they really fix it? Can they undo the damage? I'm pretty lost here, more lost than I've ever been, considering. I thought finding her would be the hard part, but this is a whole new level. Am I the reason this happened, guys? I mean, I'm putting too much on my shoulders. I mean, come on. How do I live with it? If anyone out there has been through something similar, failed father, as I'd say it, as the parent, the addict, whatever, please, I'm begging you, tell me what to do. I look at her old photos before I sleep, that smiling, bright-eyed girl who had her life ahead of her. Now she's fighting for her life and the life of her unborn child, because of me. Anyways, I'm drowning here. I don't even know what I'm asking for anymore, for help, for absolution, for someone to tell me it's going to be okay when I know damn well it might not be. Anyways, I guess I'll update later. Update number 3, 90 days later, my daughter's out of rehab, pregnant. We made it? Hey, so it's been 3 months since I last posted, and I'm still pinching myself to make sure this isn't some crazy dream. Isabelle's home. She's really home. 90 days of rehab. 90 days of me pacing the floors, chain smoking. Yeah, I started again, sue me. And praying to every god I could think of. Well, yesterday I picked her up from the center. Guys, I'm not ashamed to admit it. I lost it when I saw her. She walked out of those doors looking alive. Her eyes were clear, her smile was real, and she had this glow about her that I thought was gone forever. I broke down right there in the parking lot, sobbing like a baby. Some tough guy I am, huh? Well, she's 7 months pregnant now, yeah, 7 months. My little girl is going to be a mother, and I'm going to be a grandpa. If you told me this a year ago, I would have laughed in your face. Now I'm painting a nursery, cursing at IKEA's furniture instructions. The change in her is real. I don't even have words. She laughs now, like real laughter that comes from deep in her belly. I hear her singing in the shower sometimes, and it takes everything for me not to break down again. But we talked. We really talked about everything. The images that she was selling, the drugs, the pregnancy. She opened up about the hell that she went through on the streets, and damn, it was hard to hear, but we got through it together. I promised her, and I'm promising you all now, I'm never jumping to conclusions again, never, ever, ever judging her, never kicking her out. We've been through too much, paid too high of a price for my stubbornness. Now, I know what you're all wondering. No, we don't know who the baby daddy is. And you know what? It doesn't matter. That's my grandkid in there, and I'm going to love them the more than life itself. Izzy is talking about college again. Yeah, college. Can you believe it? My girl, planning for the future. It feels like a miracle. I'm not naive, though, guys. I know. We've got a long road ahead of us. Recovery is not a straight line. And raising a baby is not going to be easy. But for the first time in what feels like forever, I'm not terrified of tomorrow. I'm excited for it. Every night, I sit outside her room for a few minutes just listening to her breathe, reminding myself she's here, she's safe, and she's okay. Sometimes I hear her talking to the baby, and it makes me cry. To everybody who reached out, who shared advice, who told their own stories, thank you. And to anyone out there in the depths of despair, thinking there's no way out, just hang on. Please, hang on. If we can make it through this, anyone can. There's light at the end of the tunnel, I promise. I gotta go now. Izzy's calling me to fill the baby kick, and I'll be damned if I miss a single second of this miracle. Thank God. Life's a wild ride, but right now, that's pretty beautiful. See you guys.
I might update again, but I doubt it. Oh yeah, if anyone's got tips on how to assemble a crib without losing your mind, hit me up. I've gone through 17 YouTube videos. What's up, guys? So I do have one final update that came from OP. It came out a little bit later, but I want to tell you right now, the warning on it does not end well. It is sad, and the title is My Daughter is Gone. The baby survived. I'm falling apart. I never wanted to make this update. I never thought I would have to. But here I am 2 weeks after burying my little girl. I'm drowning. Izzy relapsed. The cravings, they were too much. Well, one day, I come home from work and found her on the floor, not breathing, needle in her arm. I called emergency services, screaming like a madman. They rushed her to the hospital, but they would not tell me a word. Just put her on the stretcher, and her face was so pale. 4 hours. 4 hours. I sat in that waiting room praying to any god that would listen. I'm not sure I believe in a god anymore. Then the doctor came out. The baby survived. Some kind of miracle, they said. But he's addicted. My grandson not even a day old, and he's already fighting the battle that took his mom. Then they took me to a private room, and I knew it. I knew it before I even entered the door, before they even said a word. Izzy, she didn't make it. She OD'd. Just like that, she's gone. I don't really remember much after that, I don't. It's all a blur of tears and screaming and throwing up in the hospital bathroom. But then I did something so stupid. So damn stupid I can't take back. I found Marty. You know, the guy, my friend, who showed me Isabelle's Instagram those months back. Yeah, I beat the hell out of him. I mean, I really went to town on him. I got arrested for assault and my brother bailed me out, but now I'm facing charges. As if losing my daughter wasn't enough. I don't know why I did it. I was lost, I was angry, I needed somebody to blame. Maybe if Marty had never shown me that Instagram, maybe I would not have kicked her out, maybe she would still be alive, but it's too late for maybes now, isn't it? All I have left is that tiny baby boy, my grandson, Isabelle's son. He is in the NICU, fighting for every breath, addicted, and I swear to anything I'm going to do right by him. I have to. It's the only thing keeping me going at this moment, or else I would have ended it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a mess. I can barely see the screen through the tears. I don't even know why I'm posting this. Maybe I just need to scream into the void. Maybe I need anyone, to know what happened. I can't punch anything else. My hands are almost broken. To everyone who's been following this nightmare, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I failed her. I failed all of you who were rooting for us. I don't know what happens next. I've got a funeral to pay for, assault charges to face, and a newborn grandson who needs me. I'm terrified, heartbroken, and I'm angry at the world, at Izzy, and myself. But I have to keep going, for that little boy, and that NICU, and for Izzy's memory. I just want to say one last thing. If anybody out there is dealing with addiction, please get help. Don't put your family through this hell. And if you love someone who's addicted, do not give up on them. Not like I did. I've got to go now. The nurses are calling me back to the NICU. My grandson needs me. Thank you all for all the help, for everything. I don't know how I'm going to get through this, but knowing you're out there, it helps somehow. Goodbye for now, probably for good. Hold your loved ones close tonight, because that day will come when they won't be there anymore. Guys, that was an intense story, and it was a hard one to get through for me reading it, but there's some comments we need to check out. They were arguing with each other, basically about how OP handled the whole situation. Let me know whose side you're on in this and which one you're thinking is making the best decision. The first comment says, Owen. Owen absolutely needs to step up and take full responsibility for his grandbaby. Yeah, he's made some colossal mistakes, but this is the chance at redemption. That baby is innocent and needs a loving home. Owen's the only real family that child has. Plus, raising his grandson could be the catalyst for Owen to turn his life around. It's not going to be easy, but with counseling and support groups, he can do it. The bond between them could be healing for the both of them. Here's where comment number 2 comes in and says, are you out of your mind? Owen is clearly in no state to raise a child right now. He just lost his daughter. He's facing assault charges, and he's clearly unstable. Grief and guilt are consuming him. The baby needs stability, not a guardian who's on the brink of collapse. What happens when Owen has a mental breakdown?
Who takes care of the child then? It's irresponsible to place an infant in such a volatile situation. Guys, I want to know your thoughts on those 2 comments. They were arguing for quite some time, but the rest of it is just arguments. I want to know what you think about the first 2 comments. Drop it down below. Any advice? If you could talk to Owen, what would you say? Guys, thank you for joining me on today's video. And before you come at me in the comment section about this doesn't have anything to do with revenge, this is Mr. Reddito's revenge channel, I'm sorry. I just wanted to put this story out because, I don't know, maybe someone out there it'll help. Alright guys, have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow. And of course remember, it's cool to be kind. Peace.